Declassified. I'm Nathaniel Shepard, your host on behalf of author Daniel P. Douglas. In this series, we reveal real Cold War secret projects and excavate the classified details your government hoped you'd never discover. And here we go. The gay bomb, when Cold War thinking outlived the Cold War. How a 1994 Pentagon proposal proved the military-industrial complex's 1950s Cold War brain was still calling the shots. It was 1994, and somewhere in a windowless room at Wright Laboratory in Dayton, Ohio, a group of allegedly serious adults discussed how to make enemy soldiers too horny to fight. They weren't drunk. They weren't joking. They were filling out official Pentagon forms to request funding for weaponized homosexuality. That's right, the gay bomb. This wasn't a Saturday Night Live sketch. This was your tax dollars at work. The gay bomb's price tag. The actual proposal requested $7.5 million for development, not for one bomb, not for deployment, just to figure out if they could make enemy soldiers too horny to fight. $7.5 million. In 1994 money. That's roughly $15 million in today's dollars when you adjust for inflation, for a weapon that would make soldiers want to get it on instead of fight. The beautiful delusion of the plan. In the pantheon of spectacularly terrible military ideas, the gay bomb deserves its own shrine. Officially buried in a proposal titled Harassing, Annoying and Bad Guy Identifying Chemicals, this masterpiece of institutional delusion proposed developing an aphrodisiac chemical weapon that would 1. Make enemy soldiers sexually irresistible to each other. 2. Cause homosexual behavior that would destroy unit cohesion. And 3. Theoretically win battles through strategic horniness. The logic, if we can call it that, was simple. Soldiers too busy being attracted to each other couldn't possibly fight well. Apparently, nobody at Wright Laboratory had heard of the sacred band of Thebes, 150 pairs of male lovers who were ancient Greece's most feared warriors. But why let history interfere with a good funding proposal? The Cold War hangover that wouldn't die. Here's what makes the gay bomb particularly fascinating. It wasn't some relic from the 1950s when the CIA was dosing people with LSD and turning cats into cyborgs. This was 1994. The Berlin Wall had been down for 5 years. We had email. Forrest Gump was in theaters, and still, Cold War thinking shambled on like a bureaucratic zombie. The proposal emerged from the same institutional ecosystem that gave us MKUltra's mind control experiments, Operation Acoustic Kitty's $20 million surveillance cat, and Project Stargate's psychic spy program, except now, instead of fighting Soviets, they were just still proposing insane weapons, because that's what happens when you train an entire generation of defense contractors and generals to think the impossible. They don't stop just because the enemy does. The technical specifications of stupidity. The gay bomb wasn't even the stupidest idea in the proposal. That's right. In a document suggesting weaponized homosexuality, there were somehow worse ideas. Other highlights from this buffet of bad decisions included the halitosis bomb, because nothing says surrender like really bad breath. Imagine the Geneva Convention hearings on that one. The Sting Me bomb, chemicals designed to attract angry wasps, bees, and other stinging insects to enemy positions. Apparently, someone watched My Girl and thought, this, but tactical. The Sunshine Bomb, not the body-snatching Project Sunshine, but a weapon to make enemy skin hypersensitive to sunlight, Because forcing your enemies to wear SPF 5000 is definitely how wars are won. The flatulence bomb. I shit you not. They proposed a weapon to cause flatulence. Someone with a security clearance wrote "fart bomb" on an official Pentagon document. Don't ask, don't tell, but do weaponize. The timing couldn't be more ironic. In 1993, the military had just implemented "don't ask, don't tell," officially treating homosexuality as incompatible with military service. Simultaneously, Wright Laboratory was trying to figure out how to make enemy soldiers gay. The cognitive dissonance is staggering. One branch of the military was discharging gay service members for undermining unit cohesion, while another branch was trying to undermine enemy unit cohesion by making them gay. It's like institutional schizophrenia with a defense budget. The science of attraction, or lack thereof. Let's examine the scientific foundation of this proposal. The gay bomb assumed you could create a chemical that reliably induces same-sex attraction. This attraction would be so overwhelming, it would disrupt military operations. The chemical would only affect the enemy, wind patterns, apparently, respect national boundaries. Nobody would develop countermeasures like, say, gas masks. The proposal showed a spectacular misunderstanding of human sexuality, battlefield dynamics, and basic chemistry. It's like they confused pheromones with magic potions and decided to request funding for it. The documentation trail. The most beautiful part of government insanity. They documented everything. The gay bomb proposal exists today because someone typed it up on official letterhead, submitted it through proper channels, filed it according to regulations, and preserved it in government archives. This means multiple people read a proposal for weaponized horniness and thought, yes, this seems reasonable. Let me stamp it and pass it along. The bureaucratic momentum alone is staggering. Modern echoes of ancient madness. Before we laugh too hard at 1994's Pentagon, consider what classified proposals are probably circulating right now. In 2004, a full decade later, the Air Force studied psychic teleportation. In 2007, they developed a voice of God weapon to beam voices into people's heads. The gay bomb wasn't an anomaly. It was a symptom of a larger condition. Institutions trained to pursue the impossible don't stop just because the impossible remains, well, impossible. The verdict. The gay bomb never advanced beyond the proposal stage, which is simultaneously reassuring and disappointing. Reassuring because somebody, somewhere, finally asked, wait, what are we actually doing here? Disappointing because we'll never know if it would have worked as poorly as logic suggests. But its true value lies not in its tactical applications, zero, or its scientific merit, also zero, but in what it reveals about institutional thinking. When you build a machine designed to produce insane weapons, it will continue producing insane weapons regardless of whether you need them. The gay bomb stands as a monument to a particular kind of institutional momentum, the kind that turns thinking outside the box into thinking outside of reality. It's proof that the Cold War didn't just produce weird weapons. It produced weird weapon ideas who kept showing up to work long after the war ended. Somewhere in a filing cabinet in Ohio, the gay bomb proposal sits waiting, properly indexed, carefully preserved, a testament to what happens when unlimited budgets meet limited common sense. It's the perfect distillation of military-industrial complex logic. If you can imagine it, you can weaponize it. And if you can weaponize it, you can request funding for it. The only question that remains, what are they proposing right now that will make us laugh in 2055? Because if history teaches us anything, it's that the military-industrial complex's 1950s brain is immortal, and it just keeps requesting new funding. And there it is, another documented descent into the declassified, filed properly, stamped accordingly, and hidden in plain sight for decades. I'm Nathaniel Shepherd, your host. Thank you for listening.